Hi, boys and girls. So this week in class, you will be taking a reading test. And so you need to take your time. You need to read it slowly and carefully. Your parents can read it for you. And you need to visualize. You need to be following along and thinking about what the story is telling you. Some of the questions we'll be talking about summarizing. Okay. And remember, when you summarize, you need to use 3 or 4 sentences that tell the most about that story or that section of the story. Now, this page here is talking about a story that we would have read, and it's talking about a story called The Long Road to Oregon. When you are summarizing, you tell the most important ideas and details. Okay, so you're talking about what happened in the beginning, what happened in the middle, and what happened in the end. What are the most important things if you're summarizing the whole story? Here they're talking about summarizing just a section of it. And it says that I read that the crops died, businesses closed, and people couldn't find jobs. They got free land, the weather and soil were better in Oregon. So these details that were part of this story help you to summarize. It says, why did the pioneers leave Missouri? The pioneers left Missouri because life was hard and they wanted a better life. So to summarize is to tell the most important details of it. Now we're going to move over here to where it says sequence. Now, we talked about sequence before. Sequence is talking about the order. Okay, so the order in which the events happen. It wouldn't be, I brushed my teeth and got my pajamas on, then I went to school. That wouldn't be the correct order, would it? So you need to look for key words such as first, next, then, later, and finally. And if we were in school, we would have a graphic organizer like this that tells about what the event is and then what happens in that order. On your test, you have to fill in a chart, and you don't have to rewrite the sentences, but just put the letter of that sentence on the chart in what order it happened. Now, what happens if you don't remember? Yes, Brady, you need to go back and reread. So go back and check that out again. All right. Part of the test will also be talking about the genre. And so this week it's expository text. Now, Parker, what is expository text? Correct. It is a nonfiction story. So it's a true story. Okay, so here it's talking about that story, The Long Road to Oregon, and it is explaining a topic in social studies or history. Okay, it has headings, sidebars, photos, captions, and maps. Who knows what these things right here are called? You are right, Emery. Those are called text features. Okay, so there are things that help us to understand the story better. Right here on this little section of the page is a sidebar. Okay, so the sidebar isn't totally part of the story. It's just something extra that they added in. And it can give the author's opinion. Photos and captions, right here's the caption, also can help give us additional facts and details. So expository text is true stories, and they have these text features that can help us out. Another strategy that they will be talking about in our test is suffixes. Now, we talked about that before. The prefixes come at the beginning, the suffixes come at the end. And it's a word part that is added to the base word or to the root word. It comes at the end. So it changes the word's meaning. The suffix able means is or can be. So if the word is likable, so it's is to be liked. Okay, so it's with this suffix added on there, it's can be liked. Now, here we have enjoyable, so it can be enjoyed, right? Sometimes though, we might have a word that has able at the end, such as what if we had the word cable? C-A-B-L-E. Well, just because you have these letters at the end, that doesn't mean it's a suffix. That's how you spell the word cable. So if you had C-A-B-L-E, That is the root word. That is not a suffix. In your test this week, it is talking about if you can find the word that has a suffix on it. So yes, able is a suffix, but if one of the choices was cable, no, that would not be a suffix. That's just how you normally spell it. So you have to look carefully at those list of words that they give you and see if you can find able, but then is this, the rest of the word, is that a root word? Can that stand all by itself? Or is the able part of how you spell the word? All right, good luck on your test, guys. Do a good job. You do have to do the essay question too, and just take your time, figure out what they're asking, and write it into 2 nice paragraphs. Okay, good job. I know you can do this. Bye.